Welcome, Wild Country Daily Entertainment. This article is from CBS News. They say there was a car bomb that killed 5 and injured 3 officers outside a police station in Mexico. And why do you think there was a car explosion outside the police station in Mexico? Could it be because maybe the wrong police officers overstepped their boundary towards a certain group, like a cartel group? Or could it be something else tied to these politicians' scandals? Or could it be just an act of terrorism? Who knows? That's why we're going to see and find out. They say Mexican authorities on Sunday said 5 people died and 3 more were injured after a car exploded near a police station in the western state of Michoacan. The explosion took place shortly before noon, they say, local time on Saturday in front of the police headquarters in the coastal city of Tijuana, according to Mexico's Attorney General's office. They say, which has taken over investigation of the case. They say the state's prosecutor's office raised the initial toll from 3 fatal victims to 5, adding that 3 of them were local police officers. They say, according to Hector, commander of the community police, the explosion was so powerful that there was remains everywhere. And what I mean by remains is human remains everywhere. So that had to be pretty powerful. But if you think about it, explosion is an explosion. Explosions are powerful. So, I mean, it's not that hard to see that would be the case. But anyhow, they go on to say at least 3 of the 6 cartels that the Trump administration has designated as bad organization, because I don't know if that word is, I don't know if you can say that T word or not, but they say Jalisco, New Generation, United Cartels, and the New Michoacan family. They say operate in Michoacan, in addition to a slew of homegrown armed groups supported by the Sinaloa. They say the killing of Mayor Carlos Manzo in Michoacan sparked 2 days of youth-led demonstrations in November, with protesters setting fire to public buildings and clashing with police, resulting in over 100 injuries, they say. Now, does that sound familiar to what we went through back in 2020, 2022, 2021, with all these protesters setting fires and garbage cans and buildings and damaging things? Does that sound familiar? Well, this is what Mexico's going through, I guess. They say Manzo 40 had gained popularity as a crusader against organized crime. They say the use of explosives dropped from drones. They say it's increasingly common technique used by criminal groups in the region, although it's not typical for them to be placed in cars. They say the police force is one of several that formed more than a decade ago during a civilian self-defense movement to fight the cartels. They say the community police forces were later formalized by the state, although in some areas they had been infiltrated by criminals, they say. They also say the explosion happened while the state governor was participating in a public event with the president Claudia in Mexico City to celebrate 7 years of government by the ruling Morena party. They say for 2 decades, various groups have fought for control of the territory because Michoacan is the gateway for chemical precursors used in the manufacture of synthetic drugs. And what is Trump going after right now? He's going after drug boats in Venezuela. He's going after the border in Mexico because he doesn't want the drugs in our country. So that tells me that somebody had their hands tied in this. Whether it was Trump himself, or people close to Trump, or whatever. It screams foul play. It screams organized by somebody, whether it was by the cartels or by political involvement, who knows. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Peace out.